The void beyond Earth's atmosphere was usually silent, empty, a vast expanse where only the faint hum of satellites and distant stars broke the stillness. But today, something was coming. Something massive. Commander Ryla Starr stood on the observation deck of the Orbital Defense Station, her eyes fixed on the grainy feed from long-range sensors. 10,000 enemy warships, alien in design and threatening in number, were crossing the solar system's outer boundary. The Jakara Empire, a ruthless and expansionist species known throughout nearby systems, had set their sights on Earth. "We've tracked their fleet for 20 hours, her second-in-command, Lieutenant Ferris, reported. No signs of retreat. Their trajectory intersects Earth's orbit in less than 12 hours. Ryla's jaw tightened. The Jakara had crushed every resistance they met. Colonies, military outposts, even entire planets. They had overwhelmed them all with ruthless efficiency. Earth, humanity's cradle and home, was the last significant pocket of resistance in this sector. Losing Earth would mean the end of human independence in this part of the galaxy. "Are we ready to engage?" Ryla asked, scanning the tactical displays. Ferris nodded grimly. "Our orbital defense grid is operational, but they vastly outnumber us. 10,000 troops, hundreds of ships, and unknown weaponry." The communications console beeped urgently. "Incoming transmission from Earth Command," said the operator. Ryla tapped the screen. The face of General Maynard appeared, aged but resolute. "Commander, Earth's surface defenses are prepared for an invasion attempt, but their numbers are nothing compared to the enemy. This is a warning. If this fleet lands, the planet will become a battlefield the likes of which we've never seen. Evacuations are underway for key personnel." Ryla swallowed hard. This was not just a battle for territory, it was survival. Suddenly, the enemy fleet burst through the sensor range like a swarm of locusts descending on a fertile field. Their ships were sleek but jagged, covered in shimmering armor that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. "Opening comm channel," Ferris said. A cold, alien voice crackled through the speaker. "People of Earth, this is High Commander Zakor of the Jakara Empire. Your planet will be surrendered without resistance. Any opposition will be met with annihilation. Prepare to be conquered." Ryla stared at the message, then shut off the channel. "No surrender. We hold this planet or we die trying." As the enemy fleet positioned itself for assault, Earth's orbital defense grid ignited. Lasers and plasma cannons lit the black sky with deadly streaks of light. The initial barrage slowed the invaders but did not stop them. Hours later, the invasion begins. The massive alien landing ships descended through Earth's atmosphere, darkening the skies over the Pacific Ocean's remote archipelago. Ground forces scrambled to defensive positions, their weapons primitive compared to the alien technology, but their resolve unshaken. From a hidden bunker deep within the island chain, Captain Lena Oris watched the invasion unfold on a holoscreen. 10,000 troops, she muttered. And yet there's something off about their tactics. The alien soldiers moved cautiously, almost hesitantly, despite their overwhelming numbers. Their movements were precise but not aggressive. It was as if they expected something, or someone. Suddenly, reports came in from all landing zones. Alien troops were disappearing without a trace. Patrols reported silent eliminations. Bodies found with no wounds, no signs of struggle, just empty helmets and vanished soldiers. "What's happening out there?" Lena demanded. A scout burst into the bunker, face pale. "Captain, the enemy forces are being picked off. We don't know by what or whom, but they're terrified." Back in orbit, the command center. Ryla Starr clenched her fists as new reports arrived. Every squad of alien troops sent to the surface was either wiped out or mysteriously vanished. The Jakara Empire's invincible force was disintegrating before Earth's defenses even fully engaged. The question that gnawed at Ryla was why, what, or who was defending Earth with such devastating effectiveness. Her comms crackled again, this time with a voice she hadn't heard in years. A voice from deep within the unknown territories beyond the solar system. "Commander Starr, it's been a long time," the voice said calmly. Your invaders have underestimated this world. Ryla's heart skipped a beat. Who's this? Someone who once called Earth home. Prepare yourself. The real battle is just beginning. The screen went dark. The voice lingered in Commander Ryla Starr's mind long after the comm channel went dead. Who had spoken to her? And how had they come to know about the invasion before it even fully began? Captain Oris, get me any information you have on the alien disappearances, Ryla ordered. We need to understand what's happening on the ground. Down on Earth, Captain Lena Oris was already piecing together reports from scattered squads. The Chikara soldiers were vanishing under impossible circumstances, as if ghosts were tearing through their ranks. No weapon fire, no explosions, just sudden, terrifying silence. Her comm buzzed. Captain, this is Scout Sergeant Miles. We found something unusual at the last ambush site. Lena's heart pounded as she authorized the scout's location. A drone was dispatched immediately. The live feed came through, eerie and grainy, on the rocky coastline beneath thick jungle canopy. The drone's camera scanned the wreckage of the alien troop unit. Their armor was slashed cleanly, no signs of weapon burns or bullets. Their helmets lay cracked open, but no bodies. Just a faint, almost imperceptible shimmer hanging in the air. Lena frowned. It's like they were taken. Back on the orbital station, Ryla convened a rapid strategy meeting. The Chikara fleet hung in the sky, waiting, frustrated by their failed ground incursions. The humans were fighting with old weapons and primitive tactics, yet something unseen was turning the tide. Is there any chance this is a new Earth defense system? Something secret? Ryla asked her engineers. One shook his head. Nothing registered in our scans. No advanced weaponry. No signatures of stealth tech. But they're gone, Ryla said grimly. And the Chikara don't retreat. In the shadows of Earth's jungles, deep within the tangled jungle, hidden from all sensors, a group of figures moved with lethal grace. Their eyes glinted faintly in the dark, their movements silent, fluid, almost inhuman. At their center stood a tall figure cloaked in worn armor that shimmered like the heat haze. They sent 10,000 soldiers, the figure murmured, and none returned. Another nodded. Earth was always more than they expected. The leader's eyes, sharp and calculating, scanned the incoming transmissions picked up on salvaged alien tech. We must reveal ourselves soon. The war is no longer theirs, it belongs to us. They were Earth's forgotten guardians, an ancient race long hidden beneath the surface, awakened by the alien threat. For centuries, they had observed from the shadows, ensuring Earth's safety when humanity was unprepared. Now, their time had come. The fleet's command bridge. High Commander Zakor stood before the massive holoscreen, frustration twisting his alien features. Report. Why are our troops disappearing? Why is Earth's surface resisting like this? His aide, a sleek figure covered in reflective armor, bowed. Our soldiers vanish in the jungles and cities alike. No trace left behind. Our scanners detect no life signs, but also no bodies. It's as if Earth itself is devouring our forces. Zakor slammed a fist against the console. We are the conquerors. The Chikara Empire does not lose. Bring me a solution, or prepare to die with your troops. Back on the orbital defense station, Ryla's communicator buzzed again. The mysterious voice returned, calmer but urgent. The Chikara underestimate the spirit of this world. Earth's defenses are alive, not just machines, but beings older than their empire. Prepare for a battle unlike any you have faced. Who are you? Ryla demanded. A faint smile touched the stranger's lips, though Ryla couldn't see it. An ally and the key to your survival. Suddenly, the orbital station's alarms blared. Sensors detected a massive energy surge from Earth's surface, a signal or perhaps a call to arms. Brace for impact, Ryla whispered. The energy pulse rocked Earth's orbit. Ryla Starr steadied herself as the orbital defense station shook from the unseen force below. The sensors were overwhelmed, readings fluctuated wildly, signaling something massive was stirring beneath the planet's surface. "We're detecting seismic activity around the Pacific Islands," the station's chief scientist reported. "It's like the planet itself is reacting." On the ground, Captain Lena Orris and her squads found the skies darkening unnaturally. The jungle around them pulsed with strange bioluminescent glows, and the very air thrummed with ancient power. Then came the whispers, not audible, but felt deep within the mind, a call to arms. Suddenly, out of the shadows, the hidden figures appeared. Tall, with skin that shimmered like starlight and eyes glowing with a cold blue fire. They moved like predators perfectly attuned to their environment. Their armor bore symbols no human recognized, glyphs older than recorded history. "Who are you?" Lena asked, lowering her rifle but keeping her guard. The leader stepped forward, voice calm but filled with authority. "We are the Guardians of Earth. Long before humanity rose, we pledged to protect this world from threats like yours." The soldiers exchanged uncertain glances. "Why reveal yourselves now?" Lena pressed. "Because the Chikara Empire is not merely here to conquer," the Guardian said. "They seek to erase all life, to harvest this planet's core for their war machines. If they succeed, Earth will become a barren husk." Back in orbit, the enemy reacts. High Commander Zakur's fury had turned to unease. The losses were mounting, and now these mysterious beings had stepped forward, challenging the might of the Chikara. "We will crush them," Zakur growled, slamming his fist on the command console. "Send the Shadow Legion, an elite force, silent and deadly. No one escapes their grasp." Zakur's eyes narrowed. If the Guardians think they can defend Earth, they will learn the true meaning of fear. A fragile alliance. On Earth, Lena studied the Guardians with a mix of awe and suspicion. Their technology was alien yet harmonious with the planet itself. The armor seemed alive, flowing like liquid metal. Their weapons pulsed with energy that bent light. Ryla's voice crackled through Lena's comm, "Captain. The Guardians on your position. Establish contact. We need to coordinate." Lena nodded, then turned to the Guardian leader. "If we're to fight side by side, I need to know you can be trusted." The Guardian's gaze was unflinching. "Our survival depends on it." A tentative alliance formed as the Chikara Shadow Legion deployed from orbit, descending with deadly intent. The first strike. In the dense jungle, shadows lengthened. The Shadow Legion moved like wraiths, their weapons silent but lethal. The humans and Guardians prepared for the onslaught. The first shots rang out, a symphony of energy bolts and pulse rounds. The Guardians moved with supernatural speed, dismantling the enemy with surgical precision. Human soldiers fired desperately, covering the Guardians' flanks. Lena saw one of her squads caught in a trap. Before she could react, a Guardian leapt in, delivering a strike so fast it blurred. The enemy trooper crumpled silently, no chance to call for help. The battle was fierce and chaotic. The Chikara underestimated Earth's defenders, paying with blood and shattered pride. Command in chaos. Ryla watched the battle unfold on multiple screens, her hope growing but tempered by fear. The mysterious energy pulse wasn't over. Seismic sensors now indicated that something enormous was moving beneath Earth's crust. "Whatever that is," the chief scientist said, "it's waking." Ryla's mind raced. The war was no longer just on the surface. Earth itself was rising to defend itself, but at what cost? The ground trembled beneath the feet of both human and Guardian alike. From deep beneath the Earth's surface, a low, resonant pulse spread outwards, shaking cities and forests alike. Satellites struggled to maintain orbit as gravity fluctuated unpredictably. On the orbital defense station, Commander Ryla Starr stared at the seismic data streaming across her console. "The entire planet is reacting to the invasion," she murmured. "Whatever this force is, it's ancient and powerful." Back on the surface, Lena Orris and the Guardians were forced to halt their advance, as the jungle floor literally shifted and moved. Massive roots tore through soil and stone, breaking apart roads and splitting the Earth. "Earth itself is fighting back," the Guardian leader said solemnly. "Our enemies seek to corrupt the planet's core. This is the planet's final defense, the awakening." The hidden power. Deep below, in a cavernous chamber surrounded by crystalline formations that glowed with an eerie blue light, an immense presence stirred. The planet's core was not just molten rock and metal as humans believed. It was a vast conscious entity, ancient beyond measure, linked through the Guardians to the life on the surface. The entity, known as the Elder Pulse, had slept for millennia but was now fully awake. It sent out tendrils of energy, manipulating tectonic plates, forests, and even weather patterns to defend itself against the alien invasion. The Chikara will find no easy victory, the Guardian leader said, eyes reflecting the pulsing light of the chamber. This war is as much with Earth itself as with us. The Chikara counterattack. High Commander Zakor's patience had worn thin. His elite Shadow Legion forces were faltering against the combined human-Guardian resistance and the planet's mysterious powers. I will not be defeated by a primitive world and its myths, Zakor declared. Prepare the Annihilator Protocol. On board his flagship, massive weapon systems began charging, devices capable of firing concentrated bursts of energy that could vaporize entire cities. We will burn Earth to ashes if we must, Zakor vowed. They will surrender or be destroyed. The battle in the skies. As the Annihilator weapons powered up, the Guardians and human pilots scrambled to intercept. A squadron of battered fighters launched from Earth's orbital defenses, led by Ryla herself. They darted between enemy warships, weaving through swarms of Chikara drones. The Guardians used their advanced technology to cloak entire battalions, allowing human forces to strike with devastating surprise. But the Chikara's response was brutal. Energy beams lanced through space, tearing ships apart in fiery explosions. The battlefield became a deadly ballet of destruction. A sacrifice revealed. In the chaos, Lena Oris was tasked with escorting the Guardian leader to a sacred site deep within the jungle, a place called the Heart of Earth. There, we may find the key to ending this war, the Guardian said. As they journeyed, the ground quaked beneath them. Lena asked, why have the Guardians stayed hidden all this time? The leader's voice was heavy with sorrow. Because to awaken fully would mean revealing Earth's true power to the universe. And with power comes great risk, not just from invaders, but from corruption within. He paused. I will not survive what must be done, but Earth demands a sacrifice. The jungle around Captain Lena Oris and the Guardian leader thickened, glowing faintly under the influence of the planet's awakening. Vines pulsed with energy, and massive trees bent slightly as if bowing in respect to the intruders. They arrived at a clearing dominated by an enormous crystalline structure, the Heart of Earth. It pulsed rhythmically, radiating power that seemed to echo through the very air. This is where the Elder Pulse's consciousness converges, the Guardian said. Here, I will merge with the planet and awaken its full might. Lena's eyes widened. What happens to you? The Guardian's expression was resolute. My body will be consumed by the pulse. It is a sacrifice I must make to unleash Earth's defense. The ritual begins. As the Guardian stepped forward, the Heart of Earth flared to life, tendrils of energy weaving around him. Lena stood guard, her pulse racing as she saw alien patrols closing in, desperate to stop this ritual. The Guardian's voice echoed in her mind, calm but commanding. Protect this place at all costs. If the ritual is interrupted, Earth's power will be lost forever. Outside the clearing, the Chikara forces launched a furious assault. Energy beams tore through the jungle, and alien soldiers pressed forward with brutal efficiency. Desperate defense. Lena rallied her troops alongside the Guardians who had remained. They formed a perimeter, fighting off waves of attackers with everything they had. Explosions rocked the forest as the Chikara sought to breach the Heart Sanctuary. But every time they advanced, the jungle itself seemed to fight back, roots lashing out, vines wrapping around enemy weapons and pulling them from their grasp. The ground trembled violently as the ritual reached its climax. Lena realized time was running out. The sacrifice. Inside the clearing, the Guardian's body began to dissolve into pure energy, his form merging with the glowing heart. Earth's power is awakening, His voice whispered through the comms. Suddenly, a shockwave rippled outward, knocking back all combatants. The sky turned a strange shade of emerald, and the very atmosphere hummed with raw energy. The tide turns. From the heart of Earth burst a wave of power unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Massive vines erupted from the ground, tearing apart Chikara vehicles and crushing troops beneath their immense strength. The alien warships in orbit were battered by sudden electromagnetic storms, disabling their weapons and communication. High Commander Zakur's face twisted in rage. This planet is alive. Ryla Star's voice cut through the chaos. It's not just alive, it's fighting back. And we're not alone. A new dawn. With the Guardian now one with the Earth, humanity and the Guardians' alliance gained a powerful edge. But the war was far from over. The Chikara Empire would not yield easily. As Lena and Ryla prepared for the next phase of battle, a chilling realization settled in. Earth was no longer just a battleground. It had become a force of nature, an unstoppable defender. The skies over Earth churned with storms sparked by the awakened planet itself. The emerald glow from the heart of Earth bathed the world in an eerie light, signaling a power no enemy could ignore. Commander Ryla Star watched from orbit as the Chikara fleet faltered, crippled by electromagnetic storms and sudden gravitational shifts. The invaders' massive warships were tossed like toys, weapons flickering and failing. "Begin the counterattack," Ryla ordered. "We strike now, while they're vulnerable." Battle on the surface. Captain Lena Oris led a combined force of humans and Guardians through the devastated jungle battlefield. The air crackled with raw energy, every step echoing with the pulse of the planet itself. The Chikara's remaining troops were desperate, their morale shattered by the planet's wrath and the Guardians' relentless assaults. But Zakur's Shadow Legion remained dangerous, silent, lethal, and cunning. Lena's squad engaged in fierce hand-to-hand combat, the Guardians fighting like spirits of the Earth, weaving through the enemy ranks with impossible speed and strength. Zakur's last gambit. High Commander Zakur, aboard his flagship, was not yet defeated. His eyes burned with fanatic rage as he initiated the Annihilator Protocol's final phase, a concentrated energy beam meant to obliterate the heart of Earth itself. "Destroy their source of power," he roared. Ryla's fighters scrambled to intercept the beam, engaging in a desperate battle of speed and firepower. The pulse strikes back. At the moment the beam was about to strike, the heart of Earth unleashed a surge of energy so intense it shattered the beam in midair. A colossal figure of glowing energy and vines erupted from the heart, towering above the battlefield, a manifestation of the Elder Pulse itself. With a voice like thunder, it declared, "This world is mine to protect." The entity swept its massive arms through the sky, sending shockwaves that disintegrated the Chikara fleet and crushed their warships. The end of the invaders. Zakur, witnessing the destruction of his fleet and the collapse of his forces, fled in his flagship, battered and broken. On the ground, the remaining Chikara soldiers surrendered or were swept away by the unstoppable forces of the Guardians and Earth itself. A new era. The battle was over. Earth had not only survived, it had awakened to its full potential. Its ancient defenders now united with humanity. Commander Ryla Star and Captain Lena Oris stood before the remnants of the heart of Earth, now a symbol of hope and strength. The mysterious ally's voice returned one last time. "You have proven worthy. Earth's legacy is no longer a secret. The galaxy will learn that this world does not yield." Epilogue: The Watchers. Far beyond the stars, unseen eyes watched Earth's rise with interest and respect. In a universe full of threats and empires, one truth was now clear. Earth was no longer a target to be conquered. It was a force to be reckoned with. And the legend of the 10,000 troops who never returned would be whispered across the cosmos as a warning. The end.